What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, Bad Diggity Dizzle, back with another New York Giants video. Hope you're all having a great Tuesday. Hey, the Yankees won a game last night. Maybe I need to go to bed at 10 o'clock more often and totally miss the game. I know they were up 2-0 when I went to sleep, and then I guess they ended up winning 9-4. So anyway, that's a good thing. Hopefully they can continue winning because I was getting a little frustrated with the losing. But anyway, it was a good win for the Yankees last night. Anyway, let's talk about the Giants. So yesterday, I didn't do a Giants video. Obviously, there was a major fight. It all started with Saquon Barkley trucking Aaron Robinson. Listen, I love Saquon's explosiveness and aggression. You look at the play there, you could see how explosive he does look. He looks like he's going at a different speed, and that's good. He looks like 2018 Saquon Barkley. Let's hope he stays healthy, gets through the preseason, gets through the regular season, playing all 17 games. Obviously, a major part of what the Giants are going to do on offense. He looks good, and it's good to see that. And I also like to see that there's a little anger, a little chip on his shoulder the way he's running. I don't think that he's angry. I think it's like, I got to prove myself. It's a contract year, and I think for himself, I think he's more frustrated with the fact he hasn't been able to stay on the field. That can be very frustrating for an athlete that they can't stay on the field, and you suffer an injury like a torn knee, and it takes a long time to recover. So I'm glad he's doing well. But obviously Feliciano and Cam Brown got into it throwing punches. Bobby Johnson got into it, threw Cam Brown down on the ground. Big scuffle. Now, listen, I said a couple of days ago, you're going to have camp fights. Part of camp. It's hot. They're miserable. It's angry. A lot of competition. You're hitting each other. You got the pads on. And you're ready to rock. And I don't mind a good fight, but you don't want to make a habit of it. You don't want to fight in camp every day. So Brian Daboll, what I love about Coach Daboll, the way he handled it was simply this. He drew the team together. Now, I don't believe there's any disciplinary actions taking place for the players or Bobby Johnson, the line coach. I like that he drew them together, and what Daboll said was, enough. This is what losing teams do. We've been a losing team. That type of statement, short and sweet, to me says, enough of the losing culture. We're not doing that. We're not going to have a losing culture at the Giants. So I love that he said that. I love that he said that's what losing teams do, because that's what the Giants have been. And that is what losing teams do. I understand, like I said, you're going to get aggravated. You're going to fight. It happens. You get in fights with your best friend, especially when you're guys. It's a guy thing. It's a testosterone thing. I don't know what else to say. It is what it is. That's the male hormone. We get a little, don't question my manhood. What do you question my manhood for? I punk me. Punch. Done. It's done. You're best friends having a beer 2 hours later. That's a guy thing. We're a weird species. I don't know what else to say. But especially when you have that type of level of athleticism, competition, strength, and like I said, you're tired, you're hungry, you're miserable, you're cranky. You don't want to be there. There's a million other places you'd rather be in training camp, and you're going to get a little frustrated. But it's good that Brian Daboll said, enough, man. We're not going to have this type of culture here. Now, it doesn't mean there won't be another one, but I think if they do it again, I think that there may be some disciplinary actions. The one thing I'm going to say about today's practice, Daniel Jones, people, don't kill me. Just hear me out for a second. Daniel Jones threw a few interceptions today, but. I'm not going to say the plan was to throw interceptions, but Brian Daboll said it was a card day, meaning that no matter who the primary receiver was, whether he was covered or not, Daniel Jones was supposed to throw the ball to that guy without thinking about it. So wipe the interceptions away. It didn't matter today. It didn't matter. He threw some interceptions, but again, that's because Brian Daboll said whoever the primary receiver is, you just throw it there, regardless of the coverage, regardless of the situation. I think it's more of a secondary drill. So I'm glad to see Aaron Robinson had a pick, Adoree Jackson had a pick. The secondary played well, and that's a good thing. But again, I'm not blaming Daniel Jones. He threw interceptions, but that is the reason he threw the interceptions, was simply because that was what Brian Daboll, I'm not saying he wanted the interceptions, but he wanted Daniel Jones to throw to the primary receiver regardless, and that's what Daniel Jones did. So we're not going to sit here and kill Daniel Jones about the interceptions at all. And then today, not much in the way of practice outside of that. Again, it was another hot day. It's supposed to cool off. I mean, I got to imagine it's hotter down there than it is up here, but it's still pretty hot and humid up here. And obviously, they're just getting ready for Thursday's night game against the Patriots. So Daboll's come out and said the starters will play, which is a good thing. And I mentioned it before, you want those reps. You want these guys to get acclimated to Daboll's system. You want them to get acclimated to NFL speed. You want them to get hit by opposing players, even if it is just a base 3-4 or base 4-3 defense. You want them to see NFL speed, especially the rookies, guys like Wan'Dale Robinson. You want him to get acclimated to the size and speed of the NFL secondary players, the cornerbacks, the safeties. You want Daniel Jones to try to build some timing with his receivers. You want Saquon Barkley to get those football legs. You want to get these guys in football shape, build that endurance so they can go a 4-quarter game. It's kind of like a pitcher in spring training. He might throw 35, 40 pitches his first outing, then he throws 50, 55 his next outing, then 60, then 70, and he's ready for opening day. And I kind of think that's what you do with the Giants. Obviously, you're going to play a little bit here. You're going to play more in the next game. Third game, maybe not as much because you're going to get ready for the opening, but you're going to have more reps in practice, get ready for opening. And then as you get closer to the opening, you'll kind of simmer down a little bit and get ready to rock and roll. You start doing all your film study and all this other stuff, getting ready for your opponent week 1. The camera goes dark again. I don't know why he keeps doing that. I'm excited about Thursday night. I'll be live on Chris's channel for that. Definitely come by and hang out with us, as, again, the final score is not going to matter whatsoever, but you do want your first-string guys to beat their first-string guys. That's kind of the way I look. Now, that's if the Patriots play their first-string players. I don't know what Bill Belichick's plan is. We'll see old friend Joe Judge on Thursday, right? So, the Giants' defense should have a field day because Joe Judge has something to do with the offense. So regardless of whether it counts or not, let's enjoy that. Leonard Williams, speaking of defense, the Giants' defense looks really good. I'm really anxious to see Wink Martindale's defense on the field. Kayvon Thibodeau has been a beast, knocked down a pass today. He's been awesome. He's been a talk of camp. I feel like Adoree Jackson's had a pretty good camp. Aaron Robinson, obviously Darnay Holmes was dominating the first week of camp. Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence have also had really good camps. Now, Leonard Williams was having some treatment done today, so he was not on the practice field. I don't know the significance of the injury or the treatment or whatever he was doing. It doesn't sound like it's anything serious, which is good. We do not want anything serious happening to Leonard Williams. He's going to be a big part of what we do on defense. If we're going to be successful at all. But and it's the same thing with Azeez Ojulari. You want him to get back out in the field. He's got a hamstring issue. Those are tricky. I've said that before. They could take 2 days. They could take 2 months. Odell Beckham dealt with hamstring issues a lot in his career with the Giants, and we know sometimes it took longer than others. You don't want him to come back a little too soon, then pull it, then he's out even longer, so that wouldn't be good either. But I am definitely looking forward to the Giants' defense. And I want to see, again, I don't know why this camera keeps doing that. I want to see Daniel Jones and these receivers. I just want to see them get on the same page. Like, I want to see Daniel Jones get the timing down with these guys. I want to see Kadarius Toney get out in space and try to make these guys miss. I really want to see Daniel Jones build a chemistry with Kenny Golladay. I think that's going to be really big because obviously he's our guy that's going to stretch the field. He's going to be the deep ball guy. He's going to be the red zone guy. I want to see what Colin Johnson can do. I was a big fan of Colin Johnson coming out of Texas. As a Sooner fan, I saw Colin Johnson and Devin Duvernay tear up the Oklahoma Sooners. Colin Johnson is a big body, 6'6", 215. He's a young guy. I do think he's going to make the team. He might make it over Darius Slayton because we have a lot of receivers like Darius Slayton. Maybe not quite as fast, but that similar size. It'd be nice to have another tall target for Daniel Jones to throw to. Now, I don't think Colin Johnson would make a massive impact on the Giants' passing game this season, but, it's just a bigger receiver that maybe they can use down in the red zone or whatever. But there's a lot of things we're going to see on Thursday. We're not going to see everything, but it's going to be nice just to get back to watching actual football where we're not fighting against one another. We're not beating each other up. We're not sitting there going, oh, God, Daniel Jones threw an interception, but that's good for the defense. Oh, Daniel Jones threw a touchdown to Kenny Golladay. He burned Adoree Jackson. Adoree Jackson looked like crap. That's the one thing about training camp, right? Your quarterback throws a pick. It's like, man, is that bad on the quarterback or is that good on the defense? You know what I mean? Oh, they're not getting to the quarterback. He's standing up the defense. Is that good on the offensive line or is it bad on the defensive line? So it's tough when you're practicing against each other. But obviously you got to do it to get reps. Thursday night we play against an NFL team. And again, the final score doesn't matter, but you do want to see your first string guys come out and play pretty well. And if they don't, it is what it is. You're not going to, it's the end of the world's not coming. The sky ain't falling if they don't play well in the preseason game. But you would like to see them build some kind of rapport and chemistry. Anyway, that's all I got in this video. We made it this far. You're an absolute trooper. And I forgot to mention that I'll be going live tonight at 10 o'clock, right around 10 o'clock with Online Big Blue Sports on this channel. If you didn't make it this far, I'll be doing that. Man, I'm going to pin the comment in the section because I totally forgot to mentioned at the beginning of the video. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I'm going to go get a protein shake and go to the gym. I'll see you guys at 10 o'clock. Enjoy the rest of Tuesday. Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I'm gone. Peace.